All right, everybody, one moment here. Ladies and gentlemen, year is 2026. We are here for a new episode of the Mushroom Cup. We are back like we forgot something. And man, we are here at Monza, the Temple of Spaghetti, as I like to call it. I am Tbone, Mushroom Cup. So good to be back here in this league. Shout out Jordan Two Wavy, the commissioner. Over the last couple weeks, we've been doing a little bit of recruiting, a couple new names here in the mix, making their Mushroom Cup debuts from five lappers. KX being one of those drivers. Abu also in the mix here on his outlap. Mex Terror, another great driver from Mexico I met recently. TB4 by Alex, very fast driver. Also Mexican, good to have him here in the mix. OWR Deathwing is well, and we are here for a doozy. Sawa, of course, Kendricks, another one. B. Thomas, whoever that is, and all of your favorites. Let's have a look at Abby on his hot lap. Once again, Mushroom Cup action here on a Monday night. And hell yeah, feels great to be back here. Abby, let's see him. We have not watched him yet in a race. Again, some new drivers to keep an eye out on. For show, Cam Rudy, defending champion Chenzo. Also here, of course, Charisma in his home race, Adriami. As we watch on with Abby right here. Q1, short qualifying, mandatory two-stop race. I would like to say Happy New Year to everybody. Much love from the Mushroom Cup family. Want everyone to have the best 2026. And hope your holidays were great too, man. Hope everyone's kind of relaxing, chilling from all that turkey or whatever it is you're eating. Or in Kevwood's mom's case, donuts. And here's Abby finishing his hot lap. As of now, we got Charisma atop the leaderboard with a 118.8 right there for young Charisma, the Wonder Kid, on his home soil. His home soil. Hell yeah. Many of these drivers are staying in hotels. He's staying in his own crib tonight. Charisma, Abby in P2, KX also making his Mushroom Cup debut there with a P3. Cam Rudy on the Inters for some reason, which I will not know. Ezzo, one of the fastest drivers, one of the most accomplished drivers, heading into his hot lap, and we're going to have a look at this right here. Ezzo, of course, a name to be reckoned with, likely starting at the back alongside B-Tom. So one seat open. Let me just see if that final guy's online. Let's fill this last seat right here. Sorry for the admin. Let's invite Twitch Derek Ty. Let's just see the cross-dressers who's online here. Let's invite Mac T just in case he's on. I think Mac T's got another race. Shout out Mac T. Here's Ezzo on his hot lap, finishing Sector 1 right now. This is Ezzo. And heading into the Lesbo corner. A visual distraction here. The driver did his best to get out of the way, but nonetheless a visual distraction. See how that affects Ezzo. Chenzo taking home the fastest lap momentarily there with an 18.7. Shout out to Chenzo, our most accomplished, most decorated driver. He is the Christmas tree of the Mushroom Cup. Here's Ezzo going through a Scari. The famed corner there, designed by Leonardo da Vinci. And Ezzo getting a little slipstream here. See how he finishes up. About 10% of battery left as he heads through the Parabolica corner here, waving to all the Italian fans. Someone threw a meatball at him, and let's keep going. Ezzo moving in a P2 right there, slightly behind Chenzo, ever so close, separated by a cunt hair. Can I say that? Hell yeah, I can. Shout out to everyone tuning in. If you will tune in, much love to everyone. We're going to try to provide some entertainment and excitement here. Charisma heading through turn 17, of course, and finishing his lap. See if any kind of improvements can be made. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! In front of the Tifosi, is that what they're called? The Tifosi. They are going nuts right now. They're blowing those air horns. It's a sea of red and yellow for Charisma right now in his home country here. Unbelievable. He had his mom's meatballs for breakfast. He'll go home to a veal parmesan. Then, of course, back to the track tomorrow to try to achieve greatness. Young Charisma. How about that? Hometown hero here. This country is shaped like a boot, and he's kicking ass with it. Chenzo in P2, Ezzo P3. How about Adriami, the Spanish stallion? I can't call him that. That's whack. We'll call him the Spanish fly. Abby in P5, KX, another new driver, another Mexican driver. 3 or 4 Mexicans in the field today, joining Chenzo there, the signature Mexican. And how about this Mexican? I could make a bad joke about him mowing grass. That would probably be uncalled for, but Zacario, absolutely. That thing's the same color as a John Deere, and he can't stay off the grass. He just happens to be Mexican. Don't come at me. Anyways, I'm going to get canceled for that. I mean, no offense, honestly. I'm from Canada. I just finished a helping of seal and whale blubber. Sawa starting his hot lap. One of the best drivers, one of the fastest qualifying drivers we've ever seen. Multiple runner-up positions. They say second place is a first loser, but not in Sawa's case. This guy is a fortified, formidable opponent to anyone when he touches a surface. And looking to add another pole here to his, we'll call it a strip club full of poles at this point, because he's got a whole collection, folks. Heading through the Lesbo corner. Let's go. And he killed that corner, let's be honest. Heading down that final back straight there. Oh, man. Oh, man. That is not only a visual distraction, nearly a physical one. B-Tom losing his car on the straightaway right there. Perhaps playing on his computer a little too much right there. I can't play on my computer. Every time I hit the F1 key, a help menu comes up. So I'm going to stick on my PS5. Sawa, though, that lap, just decimated by B-Tom. And B-Tom leaving the session now. I don't know what happened to him right there. Crashing on purpose and leaving. I don't want to cast any aspersions right there, but I know a hissy fit when I see one. B-Tom, what the heck happened? Send an invite back here. Maybe B-Tom's been on his Le Mans too much on the computer and he just can't go back to this cartoon. This cartoon game. Heading back, though, unfortunate for Sawa. Jordan 2 Wavy, commissioner of this league, one of the most consistent drivers we have ever seen, doing a fantastic job as an admin. Me and him are going to be a team next year. We'll call it the Admin-arty. Backing off right there, though. Back it up. Cam Rudy, the pride of the bridges of Madison County. Heading up from, he's all the way from Yorkshire, where the pudding was designed. Cam Rudy, one of the most improved drivers in the community over the last couple months. He runs CDR, that's Cam Drive Racing. You can catch him every Friday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't change that dial. 7 minutes remaining in qualifying. We still have Charisma atop. Here's Chenzo on a hot lap. The reigning, defending, undisputed champion Chenzo. Moving valiantly. Look at him in all his splendor right there. With a jovial pace, if I do say so myself. Heading through the Lesbo corner. Taking it with quite precision right there, like he used a plasma cutter. Heading down that back straight now, Chenzo. The pride of Mexico, currently residing in Texas, but he's one of those few Texans that definitely knows In-N-Out Burger is a lot better than Whataburger. I call it dog water burger. And Chenzo, super clean and consistent, nothing too aggressive. We'll see if it has enough to surpass the time set by the Wonder Kid, Charisma. Charisma back in the pits, enjoying a helping of penne alla vodka. He will be back out momentarily. He's just ordering some burrata. And here he goes, Chenzo, down the stretch here. And very interesting finish right there. What was that? What did I just witness, folks? What did that Alpine do? Did that Alpine actually slow him down? It wasn't even an Alpine, was it? Shows what I know, folks. They always change the colors of these cars on me. All these new liveries. Can't keep up. I ain't got enough Bitcoin to afford it. Charisma, Chen. Oh, there's Ezzo. Ezzo season is in season right now, just like Clementine's in November. Ezzo in P1. Charisma, impressive as all hell. Charisma. This guy's not even old enough to drive. Here he is in P2 in the Mushroom Cup. Chenzo. Not quite sure what happened with the lap before. And how about Justin Schrei? He is back from his vacation. Well, that's not... We need a little more decorum than that. Justin Schrei, those aren't the characteristics exhibited by a Noble Mushroom Cup past winner. Anyways, he's going to glide through there. Shout out to Justin Schrei, back from his vacation. I don't know where he was, but I do know he was a pilot, and he told me those stewardesses are tighter than the airplane bathroom themselves. Abi. See if he starts his lap here. I believe we found him. He was a refugee from the Final Bosses League. Found him over there, and we're here to save you. We threw him the ladder from the helicopter. I'll save you from that final boss. Here's Sicario. Sour. I've got the sour. Taking P1 right there. As we said, he is an absolute workhorse in qualifying. Shout out to Sour. And let's have a look here at Mex Terror. Buddy of mine from the 5-lap lobby recruiting sessions over the last couple of days. Sorry to everyone who is getting blown up by notifications. I honestly have no idea why you have PlayStation app notifications going to your phone. That is crazy work. Even Discord is a little much. I don't even have Discord notifications to my phone. PlayStations, though, I don't need a James Alblit or Tbone invite every time I look at my fucking phone. No, thank you. Those guys are out of their damn minds. T-Bone's one egg short of the fucking omelet. Anyways, here's Mex Terror. Good God. Hope he saves his money better than he saves his battery. Anyways, burning that shit out right here, Mex Terror. Oh God. The Energizer Bunny's ripping his ears out. Not happy with this. Absolutely no power. We're going to have to go off that. Here's Sicario starting his hot lap in the Canadian Moose Piss Color Kick Sauber. Put him in that car so he stands out. You know where he is at all times. It's like putting a bell on a dog. Here's Ezzo. He's invalidated right now. 3.5 minutes remaining. I am your host, the Emmy Award winning, in my own mind, Tbone. Jordan 2 Wavy, back in the session. Not quite sure what happened to B-Tom. Oh, he's just having wheel issues. His wheel is on drugs. And again, we normally drug test the drivers, but the wheels, not so much. That's why some of us are currently serving a suspension. Maybe yours truly. How about Kendricks, commissioner of the Star Cup? He's done great work over there. Another one of the locker room leaders and faces of our league. TB4 by Alex. I was singing his praises, but right now they ain't sounding like Adele. More like Kanye West without an auto-tune. And we need him to pick it up here and show everyone what I was talking about. TB4 by Alex. Saving that battery, so it tells me he's not on any kind of significant lap, unless he doesn't know how to use that battery. Couple minutes remaining here in our qualifying session. I anticipate some of these drivers heading out, and we'll see a busy track. OWR Deathwing, hailing from the UK. Friend of Jules. Shout out Jules, a very nice guy as well. He does know his hip-hop, which I appreciate. His hip-hop history. He's a hip-hop historian. OWR Deathwing, though, man. See what this guy's got in the tank. again, there's about 5 or 6 drivers that I recruited in 5-lap lobbies in this very race. So I realized I had stopped recruiting for a while. And after a while, it's just every league's the same group of guys. So we got to keep it a little different. We got to innovate. We got to spice it up, give opportunities to people, and just change it up, because every league is just one guy goes to 3 Discord servers and gets the same guys. And I'm kind of, as much as I love our guys, it's like, let's mix it up a bit. Let's see some other guys race. Shout out to all the leagues. So someone's got to bring drivers in to the community, then all the other admins can eat at the buffet, right? Fuck's sakes. Anyways, shout out to Stratting, legend. Shout out to Cam Rudy. Shout out to Hayden. Shout out to Greg Jennings. Shout out to BXT. Shout out to all the other admins. But shout out to the admins, DRS Maestro. Shout out to Danny Rick. Shout out to the admins who are bringing new drivers into the community. At the end of the day, that's what makes the shit sustainable, and that's what makes the leagues grow. You know, gathering the same 20 guys 8 times a week isn't it after a while. Let's see some new racers, you know, some new faces. That's why the Star Cup is great. Kendricks has done a fantastic job. Star Cup, we are the best mediocre drivers you'll ever see. Here's Cam Rudy heading into that final corner. What does Cam have in store here? I'm watching Adriami, not even Cam. Sorry, folks. Don't drink on the job. How about that, though? Adriami. This guy, what got into him during the break? Holy shit. Did Santa Claus bring him some talent? I cannot believe what I've just seen right here. Adriami with a P3. Charisma, not going to improve there. Sawa, Charisma, Adriami. Here's Chenzo. Gonna see if he can bounce back, currently in P4, and I am astonished here at what we have seen from Adriami. Always a solid midfield driver, but he is elevated today. Elevate. Of course, the Ferrari boys, P5, P6, Cam Rudy, and Justin Schrei. 2.5 minutes remaining here. This is a Mushroom Cup, the longest running episodic esports league on a Monday night. We are the Monday Night Raw of sim racing, folks. Chenzo making his way downtown, moving fast. Da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da, and he needs you. Da-da-da-da-da-da, and he's faster. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Now cross that line. I'll never do that again. Chenzo with a P2. Oh my God. Still slightly behind Sawa. Cam Rudy P3. Charisma in his home race P4. Adriami invalidated. Still in a very good spot there. Looking like he's going to start in P5. Wow. Wow. Ezzo starting at the back on purpose there. T4 by Alex joining him. And this is the goddamn Mushroom Cup. Hello, motherfucker. Hey, ha, how you der? I am Tbone. We are in for a doozy. The Temple of Spaghetti. Ladies, clutch your pearls, gird your loins, because we are going to have a crazy race today. It feels great to be back on Mushroom Cup Airways on the not-so-famous Tbone F1. Sawa, Chenzo, Cam, Rudy, our top 3. They are the ones being rewarded with that watered-down orange juice. Charisma, Adriami, Justin Schrei, Abby in his Mushroom Cup debut looking like a Dominican Republic flag or Puerto Rico. Another one, Jordan and Kendricks are top 10. You want to hear your name read? Do better next time. Once again, shout out to everyone in the community, anyone watching, racing, supporting. I know this shit's been a roller coaster, but you know what happens when you get on a roller coaster? You don't jump off it when it gets to the bottom of the hill. You ride that whole ride out. You know, you go up, down, you go through the loops. You don't jump off. You enjoy the goddamn ride, and that's what this is. It's a Mushroom Cup, man. Much love. Shout out Jordan, 2 Wavy, Kendricks, another one, Chenzo, anyone on the admin team who helps out with this. Again, all of our races sponsored by Happy Dad Seltzer. Feeling crappy? Grab a happy. And I'll be back in 30 seconds, folks. We're getting underway. Oh my God. Forget the ceremonial 1 minute break. Jesus Christ. No regard. And they are off. So much for my 30 seconds. Firing away. Lap 1 of 27 here in the Mushroom Cup. First race of 2026. The 8th calendar year that our league has touched. And right now, look at this. A mix of different tires. Sawa, Cam, Rudy, Chenzo, Charisma. Holding down that top four, and there's Jordan Too Wavy going right through Charisma there. Jordan feeling froggy, and he decides to leap. Hell yeah. Further back, look at this. Super tight racing here, embodying the characteristics of the Mushroom Cup. Hazy Aussie falling a little further back right there. Lap 1 of 27 here. Everyone getting off relatively clean. Great sportsmanship. His etiquette is Connecticut right now. Leaving space like the goddamn Martian. Justin Schrei heading through Ascari. And this league, super clean racing. Look at this, man. This looks like a CDR race right now. Someone crash. Someone wreck. We love chaos here. We want to see that action, that bar fight racing. Shout out to Kevwood. Sawa still holding down that lead. Let's have a look at our U-Haul winners, big movers. And right now, B-Tom up 7 positions. I think he got that wheel working, folks. Oh my God, B-Tom right now in his grizzled veteran stage of his career. 20 going on 40. Definitely will drop a couple R words, and I'm not talking about race or replay. Jordan Too Wavy. This guy is known for his starts, and once again, no surprise today. 5, count them, 5 places already in about a lap and a half. This guy, he gets off to those great starts, and he does not relinquish. And man, oh man, by far one of the best starters we have seen in our history, Mr. Wavy. Hailing from the shores of Miami Beach, a hurricane blew him all the way to North Carolina. Okay, let's have a look back here at our tires, because we all love rubber. Look at this ahead here. Cam, Rudy, and Chenzo dueling. Sawa right there, Jordan right there. How about charisma on those hard tires? Exuding charisma. Unbelievable right now. Something about being at home. As we said, charisma slept in his own crib last night. Short drive to the track. No driver's license yet. He got his current driver's license out of a box of cereal. Still though. Oh my goodness. Charisma driving like a mature driver over the last little bit, man. Unbelievable. Ezo back in the session there. Unfortunately, he did leave. Let's have a look at some of our newcomers. Our highest newcomer right now is Abby in P9. A lot of these guys, they were out there dominating 5-lappers, thinking they're the shit. So I invited them to the league. And they all ask the same thing. Is anyone in there as fast as me? I tell them no. I let them go in a little confident, then they get into quality, and then they get absolutely shell-shocked. So we'll see here. First league race debut for about 5 or 6 of these guys. You could be as good as you want, but there's a couple things with league racing: strategies, tires, patience, changing weather conditions, changing tire conditions, dealing with other people's attitudes and stuff. Knowing your clientele, knowing who you're racing, a lot of things go into becoming a good league racer, regardless of how good you are at 5-lappers with a bunch of Tbones. So I mean that respectfully too, and everyone here can agree that being a good league racer is being a good 5-lap racer is one thing, but being a good league racer, that's a different thing, man. You got to use your mind too. You got to have to be a good league racer. You got to have a good brain. And oh man, spinning out right there is Justin Schrei. He was away for 20 months, just returned. And He told me he just got back from Venezuela. He was serving justice, whatever that means. Mex Terror, though, another guy dominating 5-lap races over the last week or so, making his Mushroom Cup debut. Same with KX and T4 by Alex. I don't know what's going on with this guy because he was maybe the fastest of the bunch out of all the new guys I met. And I guess he got damaged early. Not quite sure what's going on with him, but we'll check in. And El Champas, he's got in here as well. I believe another Mexican driver. I met a lot of Mexicans this week. Holy. And yeah, good to see him in here. El Champa's God. El Champa. I love that name too, you know? Champa. It works with the Mario Kart theme. Isn't there a character named Champa? Anyway, Sawa and Chenzo here. Still followed by that whole group, the whole top 8. B-Tom, the U-Haul mover of the race right now, up 10 spots. Oh, we all know what this guy can do. He has not been playing F1. He has got a computer just so he can play Mario Kart on there. So he's got the sim computer going, playing Mario Kart. And he said it's really hard to go back to F1 after playing that level of realism. He said with Yoshi, he is lights out on that game. OVR Deathwing, first driver to get penalized this race. Another guy making his debut, and we will keep an eye on the newcomers. Again, Abby, the highest newcomer at the moment, but how about Kendricks? Just in the dictionary next to the word consistency is a picture of Kendricks. And yes, I am so stupid, my dictionary has pictures, folks, okay? Yeah. Jordan 2 Wavy. Right there on the back of Cam Rudy. Always going to get a good fight with these two right here. Sorry, guys, I'm having a... Okay, so he's pitting. Cam Rudy pitting. And a great day here for the Mushroom Cup. Finally back here after a 2-week hiatus. Bringing in the new year. Charisma. What a drive from this guy in his home race, man. Sheesh. Jordan 2 Wavy. Adriami, something got into this guy. I don't know what happened to him, what he had for breakfast. Unbelievable. And another one here in P7. Shout out to another one. He finally talked to the girl he's had a crush on for months today. You know what she said to him? How'd you get in my house? Abby in P8. Shout out to another one. And right there in P7, man. The consummate professional is the best way to sum up another one. And Sawa leading the way this whole race so far. Very clean racing. Great sportsmanship. These guys are so respectful, let me tell you. They all share groupies and race rats after the race. B-Tom gives everyone his hand-me-downs. Chubbs wasn't the only one to get the hand-me-downs. If anyone gets that reference. Sawa, Chenzo, Charisma. Charismatic. Jordan, though, looking to get through. Another one, a 10-second for speeding in the pit lane. Brutal, because he was having a great drive, too. And there's Jordan 2 Wavy getting through Charisma. Adriami, though. One of the most impressive drives we've seen from him in a long time. I know it's still early. But B-Tom right here. Right here. Did it. As he goes through there, B-Tom, and next on the list is Charisma and Jordan. Chenzo and Sawa have got a little breathing room to that top 2 group. Shout out Gabachow, commentator for the Star Cup. Formula Jonah, I missed Formula Jonah too. Everyone who makes this shit go. B-Tom, as we watch on from that Racing Bull. Still that top 2, though. Sawa has, man, just held that lead the whole time. Again, Chenzo probably not being too aggressive, knowing he's on that hard tire. And this works out to his benefit as long as he can stay with Sawa. Jordan. And I got to say, Charisma and Adriami have been the most impressive today. El Chompo got 10-second penalty there, chomping too much of the speed limit. And here we go. B-Tom makes the move on Jordan to Wavy. He waves at Too Wavy as he passes him. Charisma. I can't believe this pace that he's got today, though. Something about being here, man. This car's full of limoncello, burrata, garlic bread. Let's go. Feeling extra light at a Napoleon pizza. Carisma. Probably like 5 a.m. for him. Probably hiding from his parents under a blanket. It's always fun to have Charisma race with us. See if Sawa will be overtaken by Chenzo right now. Chenzo in that Mercedes Benz, and Sawa heading into the pits. Sawa into the pits, getting off those medium tires. So the guys who started on those hards, Adriami, Charisma, and Chenzo, looking real good right now. And here's Ezzo. Ezzo is finally catching up too, as we mentioned, one of the fastest drivers around. Good stuff. Shout out to everyone. I hope you're having a great Monday. If you're watching Monday Night Raw, please no spoilers. I'm going to watch that shit later. We have a retirement TB4 Alex. Unfortunate for him. I bigged him up. I thought he could have been the best one out of the new drivers. But right now, it could be Mex Terror. Great guy, the Mex Terror. Sawa, though, we'll see where he can push back to. If he gets hurt or helped out by this undercut, he's going to run into a little bit of traffic in the name of Zacario. Zacario is a fighter. He's a survivor. He won't forgive. He's just going to work harder. And TB4 Alex leaving the session right there. Jordan to Wavy. Back out there. He made his pit stop. Sawa. Look at this here. Sawa getting through Zacario. Cam Rudy right behind him. And Cam Rudy there benefiting immensely from that undercut and perhaps a little bit of traffic in front of Sawa. So working out real well for Cam Rudy there with that pit stop and undercut. See how that will extrapolate by the end. And here's Ezzo getting through Adriami. Charisma in P2 right here in that Williams. Incredible work. I'll be back in 30 seconds, folks. We are going to leave this one on Sawa. Technically the race leader. Mex Terror making his league racing debut. It's a little different than these 5-lappers you were dominating, Mex. Ain't it? Ain't it? Thing is, a lot of these guys were good, but I know they're not that good because all of them said that I'm fast. Like, Tbone, you're fast, man. So right away, I'm like, okay, this guy's not that good if he thinks I'm fast. But to be fair, if I go into an open random lobby, I'm one of the best players every single time. So to be fair, our community of guys is quite good. I think that's fair to say, guys. Like all the drivers we race with are quite good. Definitely a lot better, because I think I'm better than the average. So these guys are definitely in the top 1 percentile in terms of racing and bank accounts, of course. We do pay the best, and we have the best babes here in the Mushroom Cup. They all look like Princess Peach. Here's Cam Rudy. He's going to have to get through Mex, and he is not happy here because Mex has really hurt Cam's race here, because Cam was right behind Sawa. Mex, don't do anything dumb, bro. I don't like this here. Mex Terror definitely really hurt Cam Rudy's race because Cam was right behind Sawa. But Mex being a Mex Terror, it says in his name. To be fair, it says it right in his name, folks. Of course. He's wearing a t-shirt that says, "Take me drunk, I'm home." And it says Cancun underneath it, so... Mex Terror, the man around here. And he just needs to kind of know he's on 10-lap old tires. This is his first league race. You got to know who you're racing. You're not always racing the guy just because he's on track with you here. You fight the wrong guy, you're just going to hold both of them up, and Jordan 2 Wavy's not going to play about it as much. He's going to... Max Terra needs to know his role here. And kind of just, yeah. But again, he's new to league racing. We're not going to chastise or ostracize him. We're not going to call for his head. After the race, I will explain to him what he did wrong. Then kick him from the server. Oh my god! No, I'm kidding. But what the heck just happened there? We did have someone experiencing an issue, to say the very least. Very, very least. Lap 12 of 27. Ezzo and Deathwing making the pit stops right there. Cam Rudy's going to be absolutely livid at whatever happened, because he had that undercut, and he got Mex-terrored. Mex-terrored. Took him right to Guantanamo Bay. Yeah, lap 12 of 27. Here's our race leader, Sawa. This guy's been putting on an absolute clinic. Look further back, though. Further back. Here we go. Jordan 2 Wavy. Trying to hold off another one. Further up, Cam Rudy. Trying to follow B-Tom to glory. And Sawa just nailing that strategy. Chenzo lost some time there. Sawa with that undercut beautifully to perfection. Watching on with Kendricks here, Mr. P10. Oh man, what are we talking about today on a Monday, folks? Got a foot of snow here in beautiful Toronto, Canada. Oh, some contact there, and Adriami, after a dream qualifier and a dream start to this race, picking up some damage right there, losing that right end plate. Absolutely brutal. My heart goes out to Adriami right there, because he deserved better this race, and in this kind of a league, that little kind of thing can really hurt you. Quite competitive, not like super tier 1-ish, but quite competitive, man, for sure. Everyone in here is a pretty solid driver. Adriami electing not to pit with that no end plate, so it is Monza, so maybe he can make it last and hang on, but definitely not going to get that amazing result he had hoped for after what we saw earlier. Ezzo going to work his way through this field, chomping through these drivers like a shark in the ocean, and he's going to keep going. Again, it's a little harder through this circuit. You could lose a lot of time in certain places. You get stuck behind the wrong guy. Charisma, one of the best drives I've seen from him ever. He's a driver we found in a 5-lap lobby over a year and a half ago. No patience, just some raw talent, and it's so fun watching these guys actually develop into composed league racers, HMP hooligans, Jordan 2 Wavy. The list goes on and on. Here's Ezzo. We'll see if he can get that move done on Charisma. They're both the same team. Ezzo with the tire advantage right now. Again, tires at this circuit don't seem to be as much of a factor. Hards, mediums, softs. Yeah, Tbone, we know the tires. I gotta say, though, what a drive from Charisma. No bonehead activities. And is Ezzo going to try to send this one here? That'd be really aggressive. And Charisma has to back out because he almost drives right into the back of Jordan. And Ezzo, opportunistic, taking advantage of the moment, the benefactor there of a little blip by Charisma. But that's perfectly fine by Charisma. He's still right there. And on a tire that'll look good down the stretch of this race. Just about halfway through this race, 52%. I made that number up. But always there'll be fireworks. No safety car activity yet here. Again, mandatory 2-stop race here in the Mushroom Cup. Jordan right here on Cam. These guys have been putting on a show for the crowd. The Tafosi's been going nuts. Or the Tafasi. That guy's a fossil. Needs to fucking go drink some prune juice. Sawa, Chenzo, B-Tom. How about B-Tom? Is he the best we've ever seen? Probably. Probably, folks. He's a monster unlike no other. Not the craziest, rapid, freakish time trial times. Very good at it nonetheless, but his race pace and more importantly, B-Tom's acumen, his brain, between the ears, what he possesses, along with the skill, is second to none. This guy's smart. He's as smart as a computer, this guy. Trust me, I follow him on Instagram. I know. Not only that, he's fucking jacked, too. He's a personal trainer. He's the only mechanical engineering graduate I know pursuing a career in personal training. Bro, come on, bro. Anyone, you can get a personal training license and be a high school dropout. You have, trade me the engineer degree. Let me have the engineer degree. I don't think you and I look that much alike, but if there's no photo of you on there, I'll take it. Like, come on, B-Tom. Do the training on the side. You need to, like, design rocket ships and shit. The world needs you for that more than personal training. We need you to help develop life on Mars and shit. Plus, you already know me, so you're a step ahead. Lap 15 and 27. Oh man, it's been a blast here as always with the Mushroom Cup. My favorite league. For sure. Pretty uneventful race for a Monza race. Maybe it's because the DRS Maestro's on fucking holidays in Qatar. God. I couldn't go on holidays anywhere that alcohol's illegal, but that's just me. What kind of a holiday is that? I'm pretty sure I wouldn't last too long if I went to one of those Middle Eastern countries. Sir, what are you doing? You can't smoke that here. Anyways, Jordan, still here on the back of Ezzo. 11 laps remaining. It's been the Sawa show. I'm not going to lie. It has been the Sawa show today. Chenzo right behind him, and now Chenzo's got B-Tom on his derriere. Jordan 2 wavy. Again, I can only say these guys are consistent for so long. We want to see some sort of a wreck, perhaps. Thank you, everyone, for racing. All the new guys, lots of new members of the community lately who will be showing their faces in Star Cup and Mushroom Cup races. Oh, KX here in his debut race with some very aggressive defending, and the game would definitely agree, extending a 3-second penalty. The game giveth and the game taketh, and that time it was warranted. So shitty for Adriami, man. Getting that wing damage. One of the top 5 drivers on this grid today. For sure, he had a top 5 car. Justin Schrei. He had been away for a month, and he hadn't even picked up the game until about 10 minutes before. Past champion, great driver, but this is safe to say a rehab race for him. Mr. Wavy, waving that back end at the Tifosi. The Tifosi. Italy's the only place I've ever been where you land and there's a Gucci and a Louis store in the airport. Can you imagine? Where Charisma buys his fucking water. Adriami, things go from bad to worse, man, and it's devastating. As I said, there's a world where he has a podium today, picking up that damage and that penalty, likely coming from the damage going through the 2 Lesbo corner. And let's be honest, it's really tough to get through that corner with no wing, especially here now. Still done a fine job to perhaps give himself a chance at points. Let's have a look at the penalty situation. Another one, 13 seconds. Everyone else, 3. Mex Terror with 6 there. Not the smartest driving from Mex Terror there, fighting guys he perhaps shouldn't have, but you can't tell a guy not to race. It is a race. He doesn't have to let you by, but it's probably for his own best interest to do so as well. And definitely really hurt Cam Rudy there, who was right behind Sawa, now 8 seconds back. Nonetheless, still fighting for a top 5 here. Charisma, unfortunately, 3-second penalty, but he's still right there in the mix. Looking at a top 6 finish here. Let's see if any of the new guys can score points. It's very rare for a new driver to score points in their debut. It has happened. 2 drivers have won in their debut. McJammy and some other guy, I forget his name. But shout out to him. Who was it? Was it Blue Rocket? Darkwing? Jewel! Oh! Safety car. That will bring out a virtual safety car right there. Jewel. Grand opening, grand closing for him in his Mushroom Cup debut. Shout out to Jewel Santana. So the virtual safety car is out, lap 18 to 27 here. I was kind of hoping for a full. See if anyone elects to pit. Race leader Sawa is pitting. Race leader Sawa is pitting. Huge development right here. Breaking news story. Theodore Bone here on site with CNN fake news. Cam Rudy, and yes, with it being a mandatory two-stop, I imagine we're going to see a lot of guys dip right into that pits. Dip, duck, dive, dodge, and dodge. 5 Ds of dodgeball. I'll be back in 30 seconds, folks. Virtual safety car here. It's back open. So we're going to follow the race leader, Sawa. He's got a parade, a procession behind him. 9 pallbearers. Okay, back into action here. We got another virtual safety car activated there. Hazy Aussie eliminated from contention. Mex Terror pitting. So we're going to watch Sawa Chenzo, lap 19 to 27. Another virtual safety car here activated. Seven laps remaining here. B-Tom picking up a penalty. Huge. Drive-through. Well, that's the end of his race. Can't really fight that. And yep. There it is. He just hit the wall and came right back like nothing happened. This guy, he is strong. Holy shit. He's headbutt that wall. He's going to keep racing. And again, the game's going to disqualify him before the race ends. B-Tom, this is Tbone. Park the car. Park the car. There's Ezzo making the move on Cam Rudy. Let's have a look at the tires here. Some guys forced to put those hards on with the mandatory two-stop here. Jordan 2 Wavy throwing a curveball at the field. Lots of leagues doing the two stops. Drivers seem to like it. I don't know anything about driving. I'm cool with it if they all like it. What a drive from Sawa. He has been the man all day, but after all that, Chenzo right there. Both these guys will take a deep breath knowing B-Tom has a drive-through. And now they don't have to worry about him in the picture for the win. Of course, B-Tom moving to PC, so that can only be bad news for everyone else who already couldn't beat him. He's probably going to get faster now that he could turn off raindrops and all that shit. Raindrop, drop top. And Chenzo and Sawa arguably the top two in the Mushroom Cup. For the past couple seasons, it's been Chenzo Sawa. Shout out to Rostachich. And here's Chenzo making the move for P1 over Sawa. Mano y mano. This is Mike Tyson and Holyfield. This is Babe Ruth and Mark McGuire. This is Hulk Hogan and The Rock. Sawa and Chenzo. Sawa in that pantheon of greatest Mushroom Cup drivers of all time, for sure. He just does not have a championship to show for it, but in terms of qualifying poles, race wins, just how consistently good he's been since he arrived here in the Mushroom Cup. Definitely amongst the greatest drivers we've ever seen, joining the likes of Skillshot, B-Tom, Greg Jennings, Chenzo, Hemi, Zavgav, and many of our past champions. Justin Strye, past champion. Illyrian, past champion. Abby retiring there. Fortunate for him. And we'll see if any of the newbies can get points. Deathwing, now with the best chance. Abby qualified P7. Shout out to him. And just wasn't his day. Justin Strye also DNFing. Again, about 6 guys who've never done a league race before, who I recruited from 5-lappers, who were quite good in those 5-lappers, all got a reality check today. Again, I'll never forget when Hooligans, and I invited him to the league, and he said, be honest, is anyone there as good as me? I'm like, yeah. Hooligans is good, but man. Hendrick's a rare penalty right there. B-Tom served his drive-through, and he's still going to score decent points after all that. Jordan 2 Wavy, Cam Rudy, what drives from them? Cam Rudy, very frustrated probably, being held up by Mech's terror, but nonetheless, he has been so good lately. Jordan 2 Wavy is just always in that top 4 no matter what. 3 things in life are guaranteed: death, taxes, and Jordan 2 Wavy in the top 4 or 5. Looking on with Sawa as he tries to stay with Chenzo, the winningest driver, more titles, more race wins, more fucking babes than any driver we've ever had here. He's a Wilt Chamberlain of our league. In Chenzo's autobiography, he claims to have slept with 10,000 women. I did the math. That's like 10 a day for like 12 years, Chenzo. So Chenzo getting busy with it for sure. And chicks love winners. Unbelievable. See if Sawa can take that away, though. It's hard to leave this fight right here. Also kind of a title fight. Who's calling me? Cam and Jordan. These guys are going to duke it out as well. And there's Charisma and B-Tom. Oh, boy. Charisma fighting B-Tom, and B-Tom, he's like an old man now. He's so grumpy. He can't battle him. He just like gets mad. He hits you. B-Tom has always been kind of patient, but these days his patience in these games. You breathe on him, he's going to torpedo you. And B-Tom's like one of my best friends. He's like my bro, so I can say that. He'll admit it too. He needs to be on fucking iRacing. I've been telling him that for years, so I'm glad he got his PC. And I hope he gets iRacing or whatever he's playing now. Even the game he's playing now, he's still yelling at people the whole time. He needs to play with other B-Toms, bro. I think his problem is he's always just playing with civilians. The guy's a cyborg. It's Chenzo leading the way. Heading into lap 25, the penultimate lap. Again, I'm Tbone. Thank you everyone who stuck with us today. Hasn't been the craziest Monza race. Again, speaks to these drivers and their resolve on track. Let's just keep an eye. B-Tom fastest lap of the race there on the 6th lap hards. Not the prettiest race here. Our first race after the 2-week winter break. Everyone enjoying their holidays, eating turkey, ham. Hopefully everyone got what they wanted for Christmas. Of course, we had a holiday party here. We dressed Kev Wood's mom up like Santa. We didn't have to do too much dressing. We just dyed her beard white. Shout out to Kev. I'm kidding, man. Honestly, Kevwood's the best sport. The shit I say, he's like my best friend. He knows it's all fun and games. He knows I love his mom very much. What a fucking legend Kevwood is. Only guy I know, he races sprint cars in real life, and there was like 10,000 people at his race. He had the PA announcer tell everyone that he's single, and if you have any friends, when they were doing the race intro. That is just like next level, bro. That is next level. And he got babes because of it, you know? Because right away they're like, he's rich and he has a sense of humor. Shenzo and Sawa. Again, thank you to Kev Wood for his service in the military, as well as anyone else who served in the military, wherever you may be, unless you're opposing Canada. But yeah, shout out to Kev Wood. A couple stints in Afghanistan and Iraq. They used his mom to lure out Bin Laden. I'm horrible. Okay, penultimate lap here. We're going to focus on the racing. Chenzo hurting on that battery. Sawa still saving some of his. Heading into the final lap. What a race from these two. Two heavyweights here in the Mushroom Cup. Absolute heavyweights. When they step on the scale says only one at a time. Chenzo just got back from the doctor. He did an x-ray, and the doctor said Chenzo's got that dog in him. And here we go, final lap. Chenzo leading the championship fight right now. There is a lapped car slightly ahead. Mex Terror. Will Mex Terror actually give Chenzo DRS? Mex Terror, also Mexican. He doesn't know Chenzo, but I wonder if this is some sort of help here. He does know about Chenzo. I told him. I think all of Mexico knows about Chenzo. And how about Ezzo? Cam Rudy has passed Ezzo. Cam Rudy. You know what, folks? Most improved driver of the whole year. Cam Rudy. You know, this guy went through his tough for like 6 months. He was like in a rough place. Rough place. I think I look at Cam as this is Cam's true potential here, fighting for podiums. And for whatever reason, over the last year, something happened. He hasn't been himself. Maybe struggling a little bit, getting frustrated, down on himself. Cam's a very passionate driver. I don't want to say temper, but can be emotional. And, you know, he's a fucking competitor, Cam Rudy. And the one thing I respect so much about Cam is how competitive fucking Cam is. And I'm the same way, man. Not on track because I suck, but in other ways. Another one retiring in 10V. Okay, well, let's finish this race here. Sawa! Finishing P2 right behind Chenzo. Chenzo, what a duel by these two. Ezzo in P3. Cam Rudy. What a drive from Cam there in P4. Jordan 2 Wavy. Mr. Consistency of P5. And unbelievable. What a drive there. Chenzo, once again, just proving why he's the man. And like Ric Flair says, folks, to be the man, woo! You gotta beat the man. Is Chenzo the best driver in the Mushroom Cup? We say Feliz Navidad. Unreal there. And just to my point, Cam Rudy, when we did the 10v10 versus his league, we beat them quite handedly. And let's be real, we were the heavy favorites heading in. He was so mad they lost. He was pacing around the block, chain smoking for hours. I had to talk him off the ledge. Granted, I don't think they ever stood a chance of winning against the Mushroom Cup, Chenzo, Greg, whoever else we had at the time. I'll never forget how competitive Cam is from that. Like, I could see the steam coming out of his ears, and I could hear him chain smoking. We're going to do some interviews, folks, the post-race show. I want to hear from Sawa and Chenzo, Cam, Ezzo, and Jordan. That was something else there. We're going to do some post-race show here. Just getting the hats, the towels, and the cheap orange juice ready. Why does the orange juice look like it's such watered down orange juice? Unless they're just mimosas. It's like the orange juice they give the drivers in the briefing room looks like the shit they give you in the Holiday Inn complimentary breakfast. Give me a stale bagel too, and we'll just fill it, complete the meal. Cam, Ezzo. Sorry, some of these drivers just making their way up here. Of course, women flocking all over them, so it's tough. One moment there, Sawa. Just give me a moment here. Here, use this towel. Fucking this hat. This is P2. Put it on. All right, post race show in about 30 seconds, folks. Just getting the drivers in here. Send out an invite one more time. Give an invite to Charisma too.
Hello.
All right.
Yo.
Okay. Perfect. We got three drivers in here. Charisma.
Yes.
I don't know where you finished that race. Where did you finish that race?
P7, P7,
Okay,
P7.
P7, man. Very solid. But I got to say, I think you left something on the table there. That's probably the most
Yeah,
impressive I've ever
definitely.
seen you look in a league race. Qualifying, you were rapid. Then in the
I was
race, you
I just need to work on my race pace. I knew I was not gonna keep that P5 be like top five because there was still Beatom and Ezo, like they were behind. They're like super quick, like genuinely super quick. I just hope that I could get Cam ready and Jordan. I just couldn't manage to make it because I don't know, maybe overall pace. At a certain point at the beginning of the race, my engine got super overheated. It was like 146 degrees, so I just could not match their speed on the straight. Then after the two pit stops, I got ahead of Beatom and I had 3 seconds, so I would have fought. I think I would have fought harder, but I still fought, and Beatom is just too quick to hold. So, but overall, no relative mistakes. So I'll take it.
it's
P7.
funny. I didn't even ask a
Good,
question,
good
and
base
you
to
start.
improve. Ah,
um, you're the
I know,
best.
I know. I'm
You're
not,
the
I'm not really
best.
happy, but it's
No,
what
I
it is.
love it. Charisma. You know, did that performance? In my opinion, that's the best you've ever looked in like a league race. Um, did that?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
more of an overall thing, or do you feel more comfortable racing in
I just
Italy, close
feel
to
more
home? You slept in
comfortable.
your own bed last night. You know, the
Yeah,
home cooking. Does that help being in Italy? Do you think
yeah, it does help overall, but I don't
it does
think
help?
it was my best league race ever. I still remember that China race where I
It's not
went
about the
18 laps with
result
those
always.
mediums.
I saw things, if that makes any sense. You know,
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. I
like
just
I
just
saw potential top 3 or 4 today.
Yeah, it's same. If it was based, if of course Ezo and Beaton didn't, slow down on purpose and start back. I think I would have been able to, the result would have been the same. But I just need to work on it. I'm getting better. I'm just making less mistakes as it goes. So
You're not just
just
getting
getting
better, I
used to
think you're
it.
getting smarter, and that's always been the biggest thing with you, man. Like the patience and,
Yeah.
just making the right decisions at the right time, the risk reward, you know.
Yeah, there was a small crash with Shy at the start when he just dived to my inside. I tried to leave him space, but he just understeered into my side pod and just spun out. I have the clip. I'll save it in case I need it if he reports.
Fair enough. Well, good stuff, Charisma, man. Hopefully we'll see more of
Yeah,
you in these races.
yeah. Hopefully, but yeah, school's starting again, so I will be
Back to
good.
school.
So
Back
yep,
to school. All right, shout out
back to school.
Charisma. All right, next we're going to talk to these top two guys. These guys put on a show today. Um, they have been kind of the two titans, the two heavyweights of our league for quite some time now. And Chenzo and Sawa, either of you can respond to this question. You want to talk about racing each other and how you guys have become. I hate to use the word rival because sometimes it suggests like a negative energy, but like you kind of are on track rivals in a healthy way. And you want to talk about um, if you guys enjoy racing with each other and how you've become appropriate foils for each other. Either of you guys can grab that one, yeah, or you can both answer. Chenzo, you want to talk about
Likewise,
Sawa?
bro. Yeah, yeah, no. Well, first of all, also GG's, bro. It was a great race from start to finish. But yeah, it's kind of like Sawa said. Before the race, you always know that regardless of what happens, you're most likely gonna have to fight Sawa for the win. But yeah, no, it's all good fun. Healthy competition. We enjoy racing it. We're clean. And yeah, man, there's a lot of mutual respect between both of us, and absolutely, I also look forward to it every time we race, man. Um, and today, obviously, was no different. I think for the most part, we were on split strategies just until the end in the last stint. So for me, it was just about trying to stay as close as I could to Sawa and not let him, drift away. Otherwise, that would just make things more difficult for me. Um, but yeah, in the end, we kind of had that it was set up so that we could both fight. And yeah, man, it was a good fight. I got the win, but nevertheless, it could have very easily have gone, in favor of Sawa. So
Well,
yeah, GG's to him, and I can't wait for the next race.
I think both you guys are probably two of the most respected drivers amongst like the other drivers, along with maybe like B Tom, Greg. There's a group of drivers who seem to be like really respected by all the other drivers. And Sawa made a point. He said he has to beat Chenzo to win in the Mushroom Cup, and that's facts on the in the respect that like Chenzo will never like I've never really seen Chenzo beat himself. So you literally have to beat him. Chenzo, how do you kind of lock in and not make any mistakes? How do you keep your focus? And not to mention, you're in the voice party with about 10 other people every race too.
Yeah.
So how do you maintain that
Um,
level of focus, which is pretty impressive?
I think you just get used to it after some time, especially because when I started off, the chats were more chaotic than they are now. So yeah, part of
That's
it is
true.
you get used to it.
That's
Uh,
facts.
another another part is you just kind of have to deal with it, man. It's never gonna be quiet. But yeah, you always kind of make little mistakes in the race. It's inevitable. But what's important, I guess, is to just keep a cool head. Keep your head up and just keep taking it corner by corner. Whatever. Like if you just made a mistake at one corner, that's whatever. It already happened, and you just gotta keep stay on the racing line from there on out. And yeah, just kind of just plug along and do it corner by corner, lap by lap, and eventually you get to the end, man. But that's kind of how I see it.
I don't know if you noticed now, you kind of have a crew of Mexican guys with you. The race tonight was 25% Mexicans.
Oh, let's
So,
go. Yeah, man.
yeah, Mex Terror, KX, and KB4 by Alex. They didn't all have the best races tonight, but they all want to get better, and we're good in the five lappers. And I told them about you, so it seemed like Mex
Yeah, yeah,
Terror
no,
was, yeah.
it's always good to have new drivers. Obviously, you and I both know the switch from the five lappers to the 50 percenters. It's kind of an adjustment,
Huge.
so no doubt for them, they'll just need a couple races, and for sure.
Not to pick on them, but
Um,
all six new guys tonight. I met them at five lappers throughout the last week, and they were dominating five lappers. And when I invited them to the league, they all said the same thing to me: "Is anyone there as good as me?" And it's like all these, like, not to poke fun, but I think they all kind of get a quick reality check in qualifying there.
yeah,
And as we said, being
yeah,
a good driver in a five lappers, it's so different to be a good league racer because that's when you have to use your mind.
absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot to consider, and you kind of like I'm not that you have to race at like 60 or 70%. You just have to be conscious that if you push every lap, it's just gonna hurt your chances once you get to the end of the race. So it's all
So,
a learning experience.
So, a question, bro. You've kind of been there right behind Chenzo for the last couple seasons. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Um, in your estimation, what do you have to improve on to perhaps get over that hump and beat Chenzo? Not for a race, but over the course of a season. I would argue in qualifying you're better than him. Maybe in that raw pace situation you're better than him. But in the race, would you say he's got that edge on you due to maybe some things he does mentally, or would it be tire wear, or is he smarter with the strategies? In your estimation, where are you still lacking? Why though? Why does he have the edge on you in the race? Okay. Oh, okay. So you're saying maybe tangible skill wise it's pretty equal, but he's kind of just a little sharper, perhaps. Yeah, fair enough. Sure. All again, no shame. I mean, I've watched guys try to beat Chenzo for a long time, man. So only a cut. It's just not easy. So. Yeah, as I said, he's not going to beat himself, so that's just the toughest part. You're not going to get like the odd race where Chenzo gets zero and you get 25. That's what I've noticed. So that makes it really difficult. Well, look, Sal, man, shout out to you, bro. You're one of the best drivers we know too, man, and you have everyone's respect. And in most leagues, wherever you go, you're going to be the champion. So I think, yeah, bro, pleasure to have you, man. And I'm rooting for you to get it done one day too, man. And I'm sure if you happen to beat Chenzo, he'll be the first to congratulate you too. So, you know.
Absolutely, no doubt.
Well, boys, with that, I want to congratulate both of you. Chenzo, great win. Sal, great drive. Shout out to everyone there,
Thank you.
and Happy New Year, man. We're gonna wrap it up. Thank you, everyone.